Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Everybody's just rolling in. So getting everybody into the room, into the chat, into the live stream. This morning's meditation. What is your operating system? Choosing your operating system. So I want to give a tiny bit of context for this, for those of you who have ever done any sessions or work with me live. You know, one of my favorite metaphors is an iPhone, using an iPhone. And I've maybe talked about this on, I don't know that I have used this metaphor here in this space, but we're going to drop it today. When we're working with our energy bodies, it's, you know, to like really be in our divine blueprint, to be, when we are running our flames, when we're really in streaming the Metatronic flow. Again, meta is us just full on in our flow, in our soul stream, if you will, not even in what is here from earth, but what is in our soul stream, coming from origin point, or from the numus ohm, if you will, like point zero. Then we are as that energetic hits earth, it comes into the Venus temples. That Metatronic stream hits earth, it comes into the Venus temples and starts to drop in, and it comes through the bodies, and we lose track of it being ours, really, right? It comes out of blueprint, and we want to get back to that operating system. That operating system is our own soul stream. It's our own solar ray, if you will. And when we can run that origin soul stream or solar stream, we are independent of the matrix. We're independent of the grid. We're running our own power unit. So with that, we're also running our own operating system. Pretty awesome and epic, because we have all the tech, we have all the information, we have all of the everything that it is we need to be up and running and operating and doing and whatever it is that needs to be happening to be navigating this earth plane. So it's all about clearing it out and booting it up with where we're at in terms of evolution and consciousness and new paradigm and all of the pieces, especially over the last 4 days, but also particularly in the last month. Saturn's big moves, Jupiter's big pivots, the eclipse, but really we've had massive solar flares, a lot of big shifting energy. We're coming up on a year since the timelines completed on the 4th of July. So just huge energy that is in shift, and then completing itself as we navigate this year. And so what is here and present is us to be able to be in our own timeline space, as well as us to be able to boot our own operating system. It's like clear timelines and the information, the deliveries, the ability for us to synchronize and align with our own operating system is here, ready, and available. So that's what we're going to go in and boot up today. We're going to get our bodies ready, prepared. It's kind of like that's been what's been present over the last year, is getting us upgraded in the hardware to within the body to be able to handle it. Because if you think of like the original iPhone model, there's no way it could have run, the current operating system. And if we fast forward to the current operating system, it wouldn't have booted. However, it's all the same mechanism. It just, everything needs to come into proper alignment. So very kind of technical digital orientation point for something that is actually very spiritual and very mythological and a lot of spirit guides and energies that we're going to work with today to achieve that end. So here we go. Let's do it. Go ahead, close your eyes, take a nice deep breath in. Just feel the energy around you, feel the space around you. And as we begin, let yourself just begin to stream the field, begin to stream the consciousness and the flow of all of this energy that is here, that is presencing itself. Let yourself feel a field of energy forming around you. Well, the field is already there, but intentionally, by field of energy, I mean a circle of energy. We would call this, for those of you new to the space, a mesa, or a cardinal cross beneath your feet, but with it also a circle around you on the earth, or even just orienting around your heart space, just forming up around you. And as you do, we always begin with our light link. So just feeling this circle of energy activating around your heart, but also sending your consciousness towards the sun, letting that sun energy boot, cleanse, clear, synchronize you with my field, the greater field, the solar fields. We know, as I mentioned, she, regardless of orientation, just our beautiful sun that carries these origin point codes, these keys to ignition point, field shifting as we move through it. These keys to ignition point, origin point. Just taking a few breaths in and really, again, 2 images I called up. So sun and that mesa energy of really feeling yourself inside of a vortex, not just a circle on the earth that you step into, but that is already activated and swirling around you at about chest height. So it's like stepping in. That's a good analogy. Like stepping in to, like stepping out into a gust of wind that's swirling, but it's not gusty, it's not blowing you. It's just you step through it and can feel the wind swirling all around you. But everything inside this swirl is still and perfect. It's like you could see, especially if you were outside, you could see the trees moving. But maybe just beyond the trees in the neighbor's yard, it's still. And go ahead and take a moment as you feel the sun shining down and you envision yourself inside this vortex, this swirling pattern of energy. You feel this energetic as it swirls. And you imagine the movement of the wind swirling immediately around you in this clockwise direction. And if you were to give it an orientation point, you would see across from you that the neighbor's trees maybe aren't swirling, but just right around you. And again, just taking a moment to feel this energetic rising up. We're just going to stabilize here for a moment, letting yourself feel the light flooding in from the sun and letting your field be cleared by this swirling. And the purpose of Light Link is always to orient to the sun and also ground to the earth, to be tethered. And so as we're utilizing, first and foremost, this mesa energetic with this swirling energy around us, it's clearing the fields that we're in. That swirling motion is clearing the field that we're in. And we can feel the earth beneath us being cleared, just flushed out, quickly, clearly, taken away what is no longer serving, dropping through, the lower dimensions, feeling the earth beneath your feet, and letting yourself drop down into the earth for a moment, as though if we had been standing on that cardinal cross, it now goes vertical, and we can dimensionally feel the earth in its dimensional realms deep beneath us. Taking a few moments, breathing in. And just letting that swirling energy now drop down into the earth and letting it really cleanse and clear whatever density may be living in your lower fields, deep in your earth chakra. Just breathing here, trusting that we don't need the story, feeling that sunshine simultaneously as you imagine the earth beneath your feet, maybe imagining grass or sand or a cool river, so cold it almost burns your feet from the piercing cold sensation. And as you feel the warmth of the sun, feeling the two connecting, beautiful. Everybody got it because the field just shifted. It was almost like a calm overcame us, stabilization. And so it's from here I invite you to come now into the center. If you notice, we created this vertical and horizontal axis in the center of our mesa. It has this vertical, this multi-dimensional nature to it. We weren't just flat on the earth with a cross we had drawn, but we dropped in dimensionally up and down as well. And so just let yourself land in the center of that space and notice how there's no longer a rush of this strong wind forming around you, but a stillness with you as you imagine the sensation and that feel of the sun, and just let the sun flood in to this orb, this egg-like container, if you will, that we have created. Let it fill with sunlight. Now that it is harmonized, stabilized, and balanced, let it fill with this golden light. As though we are now filling this incredible space up with only golden light. Only golden light. Let the space around you, as though there's this perfect little, almost embryonic like seal that has been formed by this vortex of energy that you're within. Let this golden light flood in, filling all around you. A perfect cocoon. That's the word we're looking for. A perfect cocoon, taking shape, taking form. Let it flood in. Let it flood in. Let it flood in. Getting warmer. Wrapping you in that perfect golden light. Filling your body with warmth. And you may even begin to feel yourself coming back to more of an umbilical-like origin point, womb-like phase. It's not necessarily, I know I said we're going to go to original operating system, so you may go there, but we may go even more origin point than that. So you may find yourself skipping in memory through a couple of womb stages. Let the light become from gold into white, pure white, crystalline light. As you allow that operating system to flood in, to boot, to receive those codes, an origin point, operating system, feeling that warmth of the sun flooding into your body, being welcomed in, not only from, if you think of the front of where on the human body, our belly button is the front. So the umbilical cord is the front, but in our spiritual, everything is inverted in spiritual space. The umbilical cord is technically at the back, the inverted point of the belly button, the opposite. So just taking a moment to feel that true origin point of all of that light coming in, you yourself, a mirror reflection, projection. Breathing in, exhaling out. Allowing memories to just percolate up to the surface. And all I want you to do now is you sit here and imagine, really, for the mind, just have it continue to focus on the sun, that golden and white and maybe rainbow-like energy. And I'm going to be silent for a moment and just let your mind drift backwards through the memories or maybe the nothingness as it floods up and guiding from your superconscious to the origin operating system. And it is not in this lifetime. That much I am certain. Origin operating system. That's what you want to call in. So I'm just going to be silent for a moment and letting you drift back to your origin operating system, your meta system, for this avatar, for this lifetime, that should guide this lifetime and this project, this activity. This next evolution in consciousness. And the work you are up to here today. Beautiful. And as we do, you may begin to sense and feel other beings of light surrounding you. Creation points, birth points, emanating encircling you, flowing with you and through you. In their golden light, golden expression. Beautiful sacred space. You continue to breathe in and out. Nice deep breaths in, nice big exhales out. Continuing to remember what it may have been like to emanate from a place from before distortion. And what it may be like to hold the ontology of a system from before distortion. And as we prepare ourselves for the next hours, days, weeks, months, years to come, the projects to come, you may feel into, before this meditation and after, even a few weeks back, and the operating system that you've been running on. You may feel all of that. And nice deep breaths in. And how there are two distinctly different operating systems, and then this one. And they really aren't different. As the evolution shifts, as the timing shifts, as the earth shifts, the operating systems shift. Because the planet is shifting. And it's okay for you to choose a new operating system because she is choosing a new operating system. The ontology is choosing new operating systems. You may see things differently, feel things differently. And in that may be the response from this space, from this operating system. You can access these golden beings of light that understand what our planet needs from a perspective without the distortion, to build and architect a world without the distortion. Or if we continue to build from codes with distortion built into it, we will continue to manifest and build with distortion and for distortion. It does not make it wrong. It just simply are the universal laws of creation. We finally have made it to this juncture where we have these opportunities to build and to create from a creation point and with the ontology for new. And so we get to create not in a space of elimination. It doesn't mean we eliminate the distortion. It simply means we get to expand and allow room for it all. And so with that, I invite you to open your heart and expand your breath just a little bit further and feel that mesa now inside of your heart, that vertical axis running up and down your spine and that horizontal axis running across your chest, and that swirling energy inside of the heart, that vortex, cleansing and clearing as you breathe in and out. Let yourself play with this energetic. Let your body now bring in that golden light as your heart begins to pulse this operating system up and through your body into your mind. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. A beautiful day. Namaste.